Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I'm going to give you some idea on what do you mean by plant pathology, what are the different branches, objectives of the subject plant pathology, then what do you mean by plant disease, followed by how a pathogen brings irritation to a particular crop, then importance of the plant diseases as well as scope of the subject that is plant pathology. The word pathology came from two Greek words. One is pathos, means ailments or the sufferings, followed by logos, means study. The word phytopathology and the plant pathology has similar type of meanings. Here, as already said, the word pathology came from the Greek words, that is pathos means sufferings and the logos means the study or the discourse. Thus, the plant pathology or the phytopathology is the study of sufferings of the subject. Plant pathology has number of branches. It includes mycology, fungal pathology, seed pathology, bacteriology, virology, nematology, algology, molecular biology, soil microbiology, followed by biological control, and many more. The subject plant pathology has mainly four objectives. Number one is etiology or the etiology, followed by pathogenesis, then epidemiology, and the management. The meaning of first objective, that is etiology, the etiology means it is the study of the living or the non-living entities, including environmental conditions that cause diseases or the disorder in a particular plant, followed by pathogenesis. This is the actual mechanism of the disease development by a particular pathogen on a particular host, that is crop, followed by epidemiology. It is a study on the interaction of the crop, then pathogen and overall environment, followed by management. This is the another objective of the subject plant pathology, and this concerned with the development of suitable management practices to reduce the loss caused by a particular plant disease. Then what do you mean by plant diseases? There are a number of definitions. Out of those definitions, the most popular definition is given by Horsfall and the Diamond during 1959. They defined the diseases as the malfunctioning process in the plant body due to the continuous irritation which result in some sufferings. Or this can be defined as the disease is a malfunctioning process that is caused by continuous irritation which results in some suffering producing symptom. And this definition is most popular and it is accepted by the British Mycological Society. So, to define the word diseases, if we remember the words which are marked with red color, that is malfunctioning process, continuous irritation, and suffering producing symptom, then it will become very easy to define the word disease. Here one question may arise: how a particular pathogen brings irritation to a particular host crop? So there are number of pathway. Number one is by utilizing the host cell content. I mean to say, when a virulent pathogen attack a susceptible host, that is our agricultural crop, they always try to reach to the cell and then cell content, because the cell content act as a main source of nutrition, and these nutrients are required for the growth and development of a particular pathogen, followed by causing death of the cells or by interfering metabolic activities through enzymes, toxins and growth regulators. So when a virulent pathogen reaches to a particular cell, they always try to utilize the cell content. By doing that, the cell will die. Or at the time of utilizing the cell content, they always try to release some enzyme, toxin, and the growth regulator so that the complex material that are present in a cell can be converted to the simpler form and which can be easily utilized by the pathogen. And by doing so, they interfere the metabolic activities of the host crops, and thereby it will make the weak of the tissues, as because due to the continuous loss of the nutrient, and they also interfere with the translocation of the food, minerals, and water. So by this four process, a particular virulent pathogen brings irritation to a particular host. Regarding the importance of a particular disease, I want to say if a particular disease occur in a particular area, they may cause huge loss to the growers. They increases the cost of cultivations, they changes the course of history, they can change the cropping pattern as well as food habit. For that, I will give some example in the next few minutes. There are a huge number of historical evidences which prove that there is a huge importance of the plant diseases. If we see the history, it was in 1845 that Irish famine was occurred in Ireland, because of which huge population of the people migrated from Ireland to South America, followed by toppling of grape industry in 1865, because of which the wine industry in the France totally declined. We cannot forget the Great Bengal famine, which has occurred in the West Bengal of India in 1943, which kills millions of people in our country, followed by shifting of coffee cultivation to tea in Sri Lanka, which has occurred in 1867. This is because of one disease that occur in the coffee, that is called coffee rust, caused by Hamelia obstetrix. Similarly, lot of examples are there, and this example says that plant diseases are very much important. Let us see some of the fact about some of the plant disease. The Great Famine, which is known as Irish famine. This disease was not initially at the Ireland, but please try to remember the crop potato was introduced into the Ireland as a garden crop or the garden plants from some other country. During late 17th century, potato became a supplementary food for the people of Ireland. And early 18th century, it becomes a staple food for the people of Ireland. But during 1843 and 44, in the growing field of the potato, a new disease was noticed. And within 2 years of its notice, that is in 1845, there was complete failure of the crop due to that disease, which is known as late blight of potato, caused by one polycyclic pathogen, that is fungus, and its name is Phytophthora infestans. And the impact is that between 1845 to 1854, 1 million people migrated from Ireland to other country, because it led to the Great Famine and the death of 1 million due to the starvation. Let us discuss on another example, that is toppling of grapevine industry in Europe. As we know, powdery mildew, which is caused by Oidium torkeri, was introduced into Europe with the import of American grapevine, and it causes severe losses during 1850. To solve this problem, resistant rootstock was imported from America during 1854 and which was unknowingly found to infect it with root inhibiting aphid, that is Phylloxera bastardrix. To solve the problem of root inhibiting aphid, root aphid resistant variety was imported from USA, which was found infected with two diseases. One is downy mildew caused by Plasmobora viticola, and another is black rot caused by Guinardia bidueli. And ultimately, it causes abandon on the wine production, and many wine growers migrated to Algeria and other countries. Besides that, we can take the example of some soil-borne plant pathogen. Let us take the example of Sclerotinia sclerotiarum, which is a soil-borne in nature, and they produces sclerotia. And these sclerotia are very difficult to control by the chemicals. And by producing sclerotia, the pathogen Sclerotinia sclerotiarum can survive for 6 to 8 years. And this pathogen has wide host range. Because of that, they can attack numbers of agricultural crops. And when the sclerotia that are surviving in a particular conditions receive the favorable environmental condition, they germinate and they produces apothecia. A particular apothecia bears numerous ascas, and these ascas bears numerous numbers of ascospores. And these ascospores has the ability to cause disease of a particular crop, and they can attack from seedling to harvesting stage and cause a loss of 70 to 100%. As I said, the pathogen has number of host ranges. They can attack French bean, they can attack chili, they can attack brinjal, even they can attack neem plant. And when this organism produces sclerotia in this way, they can survive in a particular conditions for many years. You can see the physical presence of such type of sclerotia in the pith region of a particular attacked host crop or the infected host plant. Besides that, we can take the example of another pathogen, that is Rhizoctonia solani. Similar to Sclerotinia sclerotiarum, they can produce sclerotia, and by producing sclerotia, they can tolerate the catastrophic environmental conditions. Interestingly, like Sclerotinia, Rhizoctonia are ubiquitous in nature, and they are present throughout the world. And in the off season, they can survive in the soil, crop debris, or alternate weed host. The importance of the plant diseases, it is due to the loss they cause to the growers, that is in the field, stores, or at any time between sowing to harvesting, and the loss not only the yield but also the cost of raising a particular host plant. If we take the example of apple orchard, if in an apple orchard after 4 to 5 years of age it is infected by a particular disease like collar rot, then the whole plant in that orchard may die, and the growers, they have to incur a huge loss, because since last 4 to 5 years they have invested a lot of their money as well as time to grow the crop. But at that stage, if a particular disease creates problem, then they will face lot of losses. Then a particular plant disease can change the course of the history, and the example of the late blight of potato already has been discussed. So we have to understand what is the share of the loss due to the pest and weeds. Pest includes the disease as well as the insect pest. Here, out of the all these factors, the loss due to the disease is near about 18 to 30%, to the tune of around 12 billion US dollar. And please try to remember, there are more than 50,000 diseases which are caused by fungi, bacteria, nematode, mycoplasma, viruses. You will surprised to know that our country, that is India, loses around 15 to 25% potential crop output due to the pest, weeds as well as diseases. Then in another report, it has been mentioned that our country loses 90,000 crore crop yield to the pest attack in each year. On the other hand, in another report, SOSAM studies suggest annual crop loss worth around 50,000 crore due to the pest attack in our country. The subject plant pathology has number of scopes, like you can be a plant pathologist, you can be a quant officers or subject matter specialist in Krishi Vigyan Kendras. You can be a molecular biologist in university or private sectors. You can be a nanotechnologist, biocontrol specialist, sericulture pathologist, plant protection officers, and many more. So with this, I would like to conclude here. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.